Okay, here's a little short video in regards of the game stores. I got an email this evening saying that Game will no longer be allowing you to trade in video games, consoles, or accessories, and this will be happening in early February. And this kind of doesn't shock me in the sense of that most of the game stores now are pretty much all gone, and they have little game counters in the Sports Direct shops, and obviously they're very small and have a limited amount of games. And the little shelf that they do have, it's mostly like board games and toys that they sell. So and obviously the only other thing obviously is their online store. So for the most part, most of their stuff is going to be online, which they charge you regardless whether it's pre-owned or brand new. It's going to be $4.99. So as it looks like with Game, to me this is gonna is the final nail in the coffin with Game, because as I said, you to have the branches of gaming in wherever you live. They had one. They had one where I lived. Well, it was in two different locations over the years, and then they closed. And then there was one in Westfield, Stratford, outside of the Westfield shopping centre, and that closed a few months ago. So they're pretty much all gone. And from what I know, Game were bought up by Sports Direct, and so the only time that you will ever see a Game is if you go into a Sports Direct. And again, even in my one, my Sports Direct has got two floors. The top floor has got a Game in there, but it's really tiny, and there's virtually nothing in there. And the biggest Game I've seen is in the Sports Direct in Oxford Street, on the basement floor. And even then, it wasn't that great in terms of what they had available across the different console formats. So for me, even though I kind of hate to say this, for me this is pretty much going to be the beginning of the end for Game, which is kind of unfortunate because like we live in a day and age now where mostly to buy physical media now it's pretty in certain shops that are gone. In the UK, I see where Game is situated. You were able to go in places like Tesco's and Sainsbury's and Asda, or depending on the size of them, to buy video games now, and they're pretty much all disappearing. Some Tesco's do sell video games as well as Asda, but now it's pretty much all gone now in terms of the physical format. Same thing with DVDs and Blu-rays now. So that pretty much only leaves places like CX to buy secondhand video games, and even then it depends on some of the overcharge. And places like Argos, and even a lot of the Argoses now are starting to close because the one where I live, the Argos is they've merged it with Sainsbury's, so and even then they don't really have a lot of stock of new stuff. It seems to be going either ordering stuff online or going the road of buying games digitally, which is kind of rather unfortunate because I prefer using physical media. Although these days only uses a license, so you don't really own the games anyway. But yeah, that's the updated Game. Where now, as of early February 2024, you will no longer be able to trade in games, consoles, or accessories.